The New World Order Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report, man. Make sure you get yourself some Black Fox News paraphernalia too. BlackFoxNews.com/shop. You see us with the Z at the end, you dig? So make sure you spell it right. You can find a link in the BFN Instagram page bio. Now check this out though. The World Health Organization, acronym spell out WHO, monitors the health of the entire planet, basically, you know, and makes declarations, and all of the countries are like member countries of it. But basically, they made the declaration that the coronavirus is a global pandemic. It's all around the world. It's not able to be contained right now. It's not fully understood. 127,000 cases. Even though that's not really a lot compared to the 7 to 7.5 billion global population, that's still with so much being unknown as cause for concern, especially with it having spread over 120 countries with 4,700 fatalities that have been linked to the coronavirus. Green War and Graduation. For the New World Order, Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report. And yo, make sure you sign that petition, y'all. Get Donald Trump off Twitter. Find the change.org link in the video description if you're watching this on YouTube, or go straight to my Instagram account, GradyGrant716, and you'll see the link in the bio. Lays out exactly why you should be removed from that platform. Don't at me unless you read that shit. Now check this out though. Over in Italy, you talking about 60 million people already being on lockdown. You can't move unless it's absolutely important. Sit your ass down type shit going on. 60 million people up there due to the coronavirus. And the fact that people up there is really falling to this shit. The death toll is officially 827. So the Prime Minister Giuseppe Conte called it Italy's darkest hour. It's just a lot of it's just a wild, grim mood over there, and even in Europe in general, because in Germany you have 2,000 confirmed cases, and Chancellor Angela Merkel calling this like basically saying that this is a majority of people are likely to get it. Green War and Graduation. The New World Order Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report. So shit is crazy everywhere in the world with this coronavirus thing right now that's already been described by the World Health Organization as a global pandemic. Now in Iran, for example, you have like 10,000 cases and 429 people dead, and all from the all linked to the coronavirus. The officials over there are calling what the U.S. sanctions on Iran medical terrorism, because it's preventing them from being able to really handle this virus the way they feel they need to handle it. They are right now asking the International Monetary Fund to hold $5 billion to do something about it. But yeah, it's serious over there, man. Green War and Graduation. The New World Order Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report. So over in China, this the only bright spot of the whole coronavirus spread, where in China they feel like they've stemmed it, but using some really harsh measures of population control to keep people from moving about. They only had 24 new cases yesterday, and 10 of those cases came from people who had traveled. But there you have it though. The coronavirus, this shit is real, and this. I told y'all who said it was a global pandemic. Who's who? World Health Organization, that is. So everybody tighten up, man. Green War and Graduation. The New World Order Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report. So contrary to this tone that he's been having with the coronavirus, aka COVID-19, Trump actually gave an address to the nation last night, prime time, from the Oval Office. First time he's done this since he's been president, where he basically said that we're going to take strong but necessary steps towards protecting the health of the American people. And this includes this unprecedented travel ban, suspending travel from Europe to the United States for the next 30 days. Now, apparently this doesn't include the United Kingdom, which is weird because it's spreading over there as well. It has something to do with a couple of businesses he got out there. Let's keep it real, Trump. But nevertheless, he said he'd be imposing restrictions on tremendous amounts of cargo. Financial markets responded to that, and Dow futures dropped 1,100 points. Like as soon as he said it or whatever, he tried to clarify on Twitter yesterday. It's stopping people, not goods. But don't people have to transfer the goods? Like anyway, you also have him saying that all co-payments will be waived for coronavirus treatment. But there was a spokesperson for American Health Insurance Program that actually had to say that it won't be for treatment, it'll be for testing. Coronavirus testing co-payments will be waived. Nevertheless, that's what's going on. People have an issue with him also calling it the foreign virus, and saying that it started in China or whatever. And I guess technically you can't, with knowledge, say that, but the spread of it definitely, was sparked in Wuhan, China. Though I don't know. We'll see what happens. Though Green Wall graduate in the world, though the Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report. So over on Capitol Hill, you had Tennessee Republican Senator Lamar Alexander that actually blocked a motion that was set to give 14 days paid sick leave to workers during public health emergencies. Now, this comes as Democrats of the House of Representatives, they're actually preparing a debate on behalf of this bill that's going to be passed to, or they're trying to pass to actually guarantee workers 14 days paid sick leave and up to 3 months of paid family and medical leave. Now, this bill also comes with funding for low-income mothers and pregnant women who may even be laid off during health emergencies. Also calls for like $400 billion towards local food banks, as well as guaranteed coronavirus testing for all people, even people who don't have insurance. Now, over in D.C., though, Mayor Muriel Bowser actually declared a public health emergency due to 10 people contracting the virus in the D.C. area, including a staffer for Senator Maria Cantwell of Washington State. She actually has shut down her offices in D.C. and in Seattle, and they said that they're going to actually greatly restrict public access to Capitol Hill. Green Wall graduate reporter of the New World Order, Bishop Grady, letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report. So Governor Jay Inslee of Washington State actually made an announcement in Seattle yesterday, basically closing all public schools statewide for at least 2 weeks until further notice due to the coronavirus spread, bringing the total number of schools closed down due to this virus spread to 1,500 nationwide, and 1 million K-12 students affected then by the closing. Now you have also in the NBA, they actually in Oklahoma City suspended the game right before tip-off due to the fact that visiting Utah Jazz player Rudy Gobert had tested positive for having coronavirus. After, in the press conference, basically touching over the mics or whatever in a joking manner, but it was found like, there's a bunch of teams that are about to visit this area. When it's said and done, 30 teams might have visited this area. No, so they are suspending the NBA season due to that. You have the NCAA, canceling some games and deciding to play in empty arenas and other situations or whatever. So people are, going through the measures. California is actually saying, recommending officials cancel all public events of more than 250 people. Green Wall graduation. Order of the World Order, Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report. So you have a bunch of events being canceled nationwide. Joe Biden actually canceling a couple of his campaign events. One scheduled in Miami, another one was scheduled in Chicago. He's going to be doing virtual rallies instead for the people. Bernie Sanders is planning on giving an address about the coronavirus today in Wilmington, Delaware. You had Trump a day after he announced this Catholics for Trump rally for March 19th in Milwaukee. That actually got postponed. And it's even the coronavirus COVID-19 spread is even affecting Hollywood. You have Hollywood actors Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson actually having tested positive for having a virus after coming from this trip in Australia and then coming back with flu-like symptoms, y'all. Ain't nothing to fuck with, man. Y'all be easy out there. Green Wall graduate. The World Order, Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report. So the Bidens again is some shady shit. It turns out that James Biden, this is Joe Biden's younger brother, is actually being accused of financial fraud in civil court by these two medical firms that are basically saying that Biden actually promised the company, the for-profit hospital chain known as AmeriCorps Health, that he would be able to use the Biden name to leverage an investment from the Middle East. Now, this investment never materialized, and since AmeriCorps has actually undergone bankruptcy proceedings, but not before James Biden walked away with a loan for $650 billion and has yet to repay it back. So now he has this financial fraud lawsuit. Politico is reporting that in 2017, in September, at a Beau Biden Foundation dinner, James actually introduced Joe Biden to the founder of AmeriCorps Health, But Joe Biden's team has actually said that Joe never talked to James about AmeriCorps and hasn't expressed any support for the company. Nevertheless, all of this came under increased scrutiny from these FBI raids that took place in Elwood City, Pennsylvania, at the AmeriCorps Hospital. And the cause for that FBI raid is unknown, but probably has something to do with that impeachment trial, Burisma, and just the Biden weird activity anyway. Green War and graduate. To the world, though, the Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News Report. Me Too movement. Did we get everybody yet? Definitely not, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, this is big for the Me Too movement, where Harvey Weinstein has actually gotten 23 years in prison, sentencing due to his raping of multiple women, but specifically Jessica Mann and Mimi Haley. This ruling in New York had him in a Manhattan courthouse and got immediately bused to Rikers Island. He then went to Bellevue Hospital after complaining about chest pains. He's been coming to court looking all beat the fuck up, but ain't nobody really feeling no type of remorse for that man. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that is being accused of sexually harassing and even raping these women that he's had to work with, whatever. Now, in Los Angeles, though, County, they're still working on extraditing him to go out there and face a prison sentence out there for accusations of rape and sexual assault. So we'll see what happens. Green War and graduate. In the world, though, the Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News Report. So over in Iraq, near Baghdad, at the Taji military base, there was a British Army medic and 2 U.S. soldiers that were actually killed in a rocket attack. Now, no one claimed responsibility for this attack, but Iraq's military did circulate photos basically showing an abandoned pickup truck that had like a battery of rocket launchers in it or whatever. So keep in mind that 3 months ago, there was a U.S. official that actually had died from a similar situation, a rocket attack that had taken place, and this actually led to Trump in the Trump administration ordering the drone strike that ended up assassinating Iran's military commander Qasem Soleimani, pushing the U.S. and Iran to the brink of war, which we still may be at the brink of war. You know what I'm saying? The beef don't die like that. Green War graduation. In the world, though, the Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News Report. Make sure you check out my mixtape, man, at @still_our_grind. You can find it on Instagram. The only Instagram mixtape out that got that fire too. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you check it out. It's the prelude to my album that's on the way. Still Our Grind, man. Y'all stay tuned for that, man. Straight heat, straight classic, straight soulful, man. You know what I mean? Giving y'all that. But check this out though. The Supreme Court has actually ruled to uphold Trump's Remain in Mexico policy for the basically 60,000 asylum seekers that are actually waiting in Mexico in often like dangerous, conditions or whatever. Like you talking about people getting kidnapped, held for ransom, and all of this femicide going on in Mexico. So shit is real and it's dangerous for these asylum seekers, and it will apparently remain that way. Only one Supreme Court justice ruled against it, and you could probably guess who it is. You know what I'm saying? Not to sound racist or racially insensitive, but Sonia Sotomayor basically said like she ruled against that. The Ninth Circuit of Court of Appeals actually said that the ruling likely violates a U.S. law, but nevertheless that's where we at though. Green War and graduation. In the world, though, the Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News Report. So formerly known as a U.S. soldier named Bradley Manning, U.S. Army vet, I guess you can announce, Chelsea Manning, actually is in a Virginia hospital after attempting a suicide in a federal prison. Now, she's been in prison for a year after being charged with contempt for not cooperating in a federal grand jury investigation into WikiLeaks. So she has apparently has attempted, or maybe as a he, attempted suicide twice while in U.S. Army prison due to having been sentenced to 35 years for basically giving these leaks out to WikiLeaks, which basically exposed how the U.S. and have been like committing war crimes in Iraq and in the Middle East and all of that, whatever. Nevertheless, though, her lawyers are filing for a motion to get her out of jail, and she's going to court tomorrow. So we'll see what happens. Green War and graduate.